This water delivery man is called Tom. When he looked down, he saw a coin that the girl found first, so he rushed to step on it. The little girl was very unhappy. Seeing the look on the girl's face, he had no choice but to take his foot away. Then he grabbed the girl's hand, but as soon as he grabbed her hand, he noticed something unusual. It turned out that the girl's finger was broken. If he didn't treat it in time, it would be ruined. What could he do? He looked at the child next to him. He snatched the ice cream away from him. He seems to have handled it very professionally. Tom still hasn't forgotten the coin, but the little girl ran off with her dad in her arms. Soon the dad took the girl to the hospital for a checkup. The doctor looked at her finger. The doctor looked at her finger and remarked that the bandage was a masterpiece. If it wasn't for the bandage, she could have lost a finger. Now all she has to do is get a radiograph and she will be fine. On the way to find the radiology department, they came across Tom again. He's still fighting over the morning coin, but before they could say a word, the girl's father started coughing, and Tom could see right away that there was something wrong with the girl's dad's health. He immediately touched it with his hand, but the man pushed him away. It wasn't long before the man became dizzy and dizzy. His consciousness began to blur. The little girl tried to find a doctor for her father, but no doctor would talk to him because there had just been a major road accident. The doctors were all busy. The girl's father's condition looked very bad. The little girl finally broke down. Tom put his finger through the patient's body. The condition of the body came to mind. It turned out he had suffered a cardiac arrest. The little girl broke down and screamed at the hospital. She wanted the doctor's attention. Everyone looked at her, but soon went back to work. The girl was defiant, shouting again. Finally a female doctor notices her. She came over and asked her what was wrong. The girl cried and said her father needed help. The female doctor then saw that the girl's father was in a bad way. She called for another doctor to take them to be examined. But in the lift, the father fainted. The two men helped him out. Tom sensed his cardiac arrest with his hands, but just then the doctor spotted the man on the floor. He pushed Tom away and tried to take the man for a checkup. Tom is furious. He said time was running out. He immediately asked the nurse to get the equipment. Tom rushed to give him an electric shock. The man's heartbeat was temporarily restored. The crisis was over, but the danger is not over yet. He had to be operated on immediately. The doctor called the head of the department, but he was too busy. He said he had a patient waiting for an amputation. All the nurses in the operating room are on standby. The patient was in danger, but he couldn't wait for the doctor. Outside the operating theater, the little girl asks Tom to operate on her father, but Tom said, "I charge a lot of money." He gets up and tries to leave. The little girl stopped him, took the coin out of her pocket. "Is this enough?" Looking at the helpless girl, Tom decided to help her father with his surgery. This Tom has to operate on a patient. He washes his arm, then he puts on his gown and gloves. He starts the operation. Someone questions him. He just takes the scalpel. He was really skilled at operating. The nurses gave him a look of surprise. They had never seen an operation without bloodshed. Even the head of the department outside the operating room was on his feet. He arranged everything in an orderly manner. The operation was going smoothly under his control. But then Joey came in from his surgery. Seeing the strange surgeon in charge, Joey immediately reprimanded him. Tom, too, had the good sense to step aside. The nurse said that because of the difficulty of the operation, Joey couldn't do the operation. Joey couldn't do this operation. Joey had to leave. The operation was a success, but when the patient was rushed out, Tom left. Security stopped him. He had to run away, but Joey caught him red-handed, and she slapped him in the face. This woman is a real slapper, and she said he wasn't licensed to operate on people. It's the same as killing someone, and that's when the patient showed up again. Joey was about to call the police. Tom came up with a solution. After getting the news that the patient was in stable condition, Joey was surprised. The head of the department came to find out what was going on and told him to leave.